Hello, my name is Amber Walker and I am a fashion designer slash seamstress. A seamstress is a person who sews and constructs a garment, and a designer is the person who actually designs the garment or the outfit or whatever. Like, you can sketch it out, or it's just a design in your head that you bring to life. But you don't necessarily have to be a seamstress or know how to sew to be an actual designer. Anybody could be a designer. I started sewing at a young age. I didn't know how to sew really with the sewing machine, so I would always use hand needles and just like sew by hand. But of course, that didn't work out because it would all fall apart. But I would make a lot of outfits like skirts and little shirts and stuff like that at home, and I would still try to wear them to school, but my mom would say like, oh no, those aren't real clothes and stuff like that. So when I got in high school, probably like 12th grade, I first learned how to use a sewing machine. And then when I went to college, I went to a fashion design college for about a year and a half, and then I learned how to actually put together a skirt. I guess I always wanted to be a designer and like learn how to make clothes when I was young because I love to shop and I love to get dressed up and stuff like that. And it was always when I would go to the store, I would see things that I would like, but it could never fit me, or it looked better on a mannequin or something like that. Or it would be things in my head that I would like, and when I would go to the store, I wouldn't actually see them there. So I was like, well, maybe I could create what I like on my own instead of having to go to the store and expect it there. My favorite style of clothing to make right now is dresses, a lot of formal wear. I actually just did my first prom dress this year, which was a success. And then right now I'm actually working on some bridal clothing and a bride seat cover. So really just a lot of dresses and formal wear. It is not easy at all to be a seamstress or a designer. You get a lot of critics, which is mostly from like people who want you to make them stuff. So you kind of have to really know what you're doing and just focus at it and keep a lot of patience, because you will run into a lot of mistakes and a lot of hardships, but you just have to keep going because the more you do it, the better at it you'll get. Okay, so typically to make a piece of clothing, it depends really on what it is that you're trying to make. Typically when I'm at work, I'm sewing jerseys, so it'll take me at least 6 minutes to serge the jersey together, and then at least 3 minutes to actually cover stitch the jersey. And cover stitching is when you are creating a hem to finish the garment. But when I'm at home, it typically takes me a lot longer because I'm really not timing myself, so I'm actually starting on one piece and then setting that down and then running to something else and sewing that. So I really should start timing myself, but I'll get there one day. Being into design and sewing and being a seamstress and a designer has really changed my life in a dramatic but a very great way. I get to meet a lot of different people, and a lot of people look up to me and I inspire them to go after their dreams because I went after mine. So it has definitely changed my life. Making clothing is not a natural ability, I feel. I feel like it is a learned skill, something that you have to constantly work at to get better at it. I get my inspiration, I don't know, I just really love beautiful things, so I like to make beautiful things, I guess. And like I said, because I love to dress up, that inspires me to want to make clothing for other people to dress up, because you know, when you dress up, you feel great about yourself, and what other way than to be dressed up? Being a seamstress is not expensive, but it can be. Typically, it depends on your skills. If you are good and good enough, then being a seamstress will actually pay for itself. Like all of your tools and materials, it'll just pay for itself. So typically I'll ask people to, whatever they want me to make, I'll look at it, see how long it takes, see how much the fabric entails or how much that'll cost, and then I'll put all that in my pricing, and then I'll ask for a deposit up front, and then you can pay the rest later. But typically you get to choose how much you want to charge them depending on the work that you're going to do. My ultimate goal is really just to be a great designer. Like, I just really love to, like I said, make clothing, and I just want to be the best at what I do. I would love to be on Project Runway one day, of course. Run my own business, you know, call the shots. That's really it. I just really want to design and just be great at it.